So, as of yesterday, I got my first gun gold in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That would be the XM4. Now, today we're going to be talking a little bit about camos in Cold War. We're going to be talking about the overall grind, the overall aesthetics of the camos, and just having a nice little conversation about everything to do with the grind in Cold War. So, I guess the best place to begin would be my actual experience with getting gold on the XM4. Now, overall, I would say the XM4 is actually a pretty good gun in Cold War. It's not anything like the MP5 or the M16 or anything like that. It's just a very good all-round gun. You know, it has decent accuracy, it has decent time to kill, you know, recoil and all that kind of stuff, and range. It's just basically your everything good. You know what I mean? You could do anything with it, and I do think it is a very solid gun. Now, I was using the XM4 trying to get it gold from literally when the game came out and as soon as possible. So that would have been around about 2.5 days, maybe 3 days of playtime. I wasn't playing the whole time, obviously sleep and making videos and playing the campaign and that kind of stuff. I think I have around about 10 hours of playtime in the multiplayer. I'm not exactly sure if that's true or not, but I do have quite a bit of playtime, and not as much as I probably could. Now, how was the grind of getting gold on the XM4? I would definitely say it took a long time. And I think the reason it took a while is because of how long it takes to level up guns in Cold War. Now, it definitely does take a long time to level up guns in this game. It's probably longer than Modern Warfare, actually. I don't think it's different from the beta. They didn't really take much feedback on that, because I do remember people complaining about it. And it's kind of unfortunate because it takes a long time. But I would say that is the sort of first obstacle, is just getting your gun to level 50 or 30 if it's a secondary, because you need to get to that level to get it gold. Now, another obstacle that I would say is definitely the bloodthirsties. Now, I'd just like to take a pause here. If you want to see all my issues with the dark matter grind in this game, I have a separate video on that on my channel. I'll leave a link down in the description below if you want to go check it out. But basically, I just talk about everything that I think is personally wrong with the dark matter grind in this game to do with multiplayer. Now, I would say that the bloodthirsties need to be toned down. I personally don't have an issue with bloodthirsty. I can get 5 kills quite easily. Obviously, it's going to be the odd time where, you know, you get 4 kills and you die and you get pissed off and it's really annoying. But overall, I wouldn't say it was completely difficult. I could definitely get them done in a systematic manner. I would say it was quite straightforward to get them done. Now, the thing that I would say was probably the worst with the XM4, which I suppose would say true of the entire assault rifle class, and that is the taking cover kills. Who would have thought, eh? These are just so inconsistent. It's actually ridiculous. Like, you know, what counts as a taking cover kill? You know, what counts as it? And, you know, obviously there's a lot of factors that can come into it, whether a person will actually approach a head glitch, you know, aimed in, or if they'll jump around a corner. And you don't really have a lot of control over what is, you know, counted as a cover kill or not. And I think this one is just really AIDS, to be honest. It is kind of thing that happens over time. It's not really a sort of thing that you can, like, fully go for. I suppose if you kind of went for people with head glitching and that, you could probably do it. I think another solution for that actually would be to go into hardcore, because a lot of people like to go for long shots in hardcore, and I think that could definitely be a good way to get cover kills done. So if you're watching, there you go. Now, there are 2 other things to do with this specific grind that I had to kind of put time aside for. That's the long shots and the double kills. Now, obviously, long shots is always a thing that you need to kind of put time aside for. You go onto the larger maps, you get a sort of long range setup for your gun, and you plant yourself like a tree, and you don't move for 50 kills, it is this year. And I honestly don't think that's bad. And the reason I don't think it's that bad is because the maps that are in the game at the moment actually allow for long shots really easily. And the best map, I would say, for this is Satellite. Another good one is Checkmate. I think Miami is also really good for long shots as well. Even possibly Armada Strike, to be fair. But I'd say those are all generally probably the best ones. Even, actually no, Crossroads Strike, that was the best one. I must have got around about 15 long shots in a single domination game on that map, and it was really good, Crossroads Strike. That is definitely the best one. Now, the other thing that's set time aside for was double kills. Now, I would personally recommend going into hardcore for the double kills, you know, hardcore domination. The best experience that I had with that was definitely Checkmate. Checkmate made it really easy. If you play domination on that map, you know everyone pushes that plane. That's where B is. You get a lot of people in there. There's lots of gunfights. That's where you see all the action on Checkmate. And although it is a bit annoying, it would be nice if it moved like maybe underneath the plane. That could be a good a good thing. But it makes it really good for double kills where it is at the moment, because you can just spray all those walls in that plane and you will probably get a double kill. Or if you see one person then spray a wall, you'll probably get a double kill. I would say that double kills I could see becoming an issue in the future, or being an issue for certain people, but honestly, once again, not a massive deal for me. I think the general consensus really with this camo grind is that it's not difficult. Like, say in the past with say Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, you had to get 100 headshots, which was quite challenging. And then you had the 5 challenges, independent of the weapon level. So you had, I think, 5 bloodthirsties, 50 kills with all attachments, 50 kills with no attachments, 10 long shots, and a certain amount of double kills, I think it was. It probably changed per class. That was like the general model. And the main but the main obstacle that got in your way with getting progress was the headshots, and that basically kind of not prevented you, but it kind of obstructed you a little bit from making a lot of progress. And they kind of swapped that up, because headshots actually were really easy this year. I mean, I've only, like I said, I've only got the XM4 gold, so I can't really say that, but yeah, you know, I don't really feel myself, I don't see myself going for headshots like with Modern Warfare. I didn't really go for headshots at all, actually, while getting the XM4 gold, because they're the second camo that you unlock, and by the time you've done all your bloodthirsties, all your long shots, especially long shots, people head glitch with that shit. You know, you've got all your eliminations and all that stuff. You've probably got all your 100 headshots done already, and I think that's really good. Now, obviously, they kind of, like I was talking about, the headshots was the main obstacle, because you couldn't progress unless you got the headshots done. Then once you've done them, the headshots are, the challenges are very straightforward and really actually quite quick to do. This year, they basically substituted in, instead of headshots being the main obstacle, it's now the level. So you need to get your gun to level 50, which takes a long time, probably as long as headshots did actually back in the day. And whether that's good or not, I'm not too sure. I suppose it makes it more accessible, but I would say in general this one is probably not easier, but I would say, I don't really know. I mean, just thinking about it now, it probably takes the same amount of time to get your gun to level 50 and do all your bloodthirsties and all that than it did back in the day to get 100 headshots and then progress on stuff, because the 100 headshots really limited you, and that was all you could go for with the camos. And I don't know which system I prefer. Obviously, the old one would be nostalgic. It would be nice to have it. But I think this new system is more accessible to everyone. Obviously, with the bloodthirsties, that kind of, you know, goes back on itself, because they're kind of, you know, 20 bloodthirsties. That's ridiculous. But I would say this system is more accessible to pretty much anyone who's playing the game. And that's not to say that it's easy to get Dark Matter. It definitely, by all means, is not easy whatsoever, because it took me like 2 days to get my first gold gun. And that was partly for me not playing it religiously. You know, I have played it quite a lot this game, but I've been doing other things like, you know, sleeping and making videos as well. If I didn't have to do either of those things, I'd be, you know, way further into this grind. But it's definitely not easy. It takes a long time. I would say it does take longer than the previous system, but at the same time, it's more straightforward, so it kind of like cancels itself out really. So I would like to talk a little bit now about the actual camos you get. So we're gonna start off with the multiplayer ones. Now, gold camo is actually really nice. It's like the OG Black Ops 1 gold. I love the actual gold itself, but I also love the like black accents around it. It doesn't just completely cover the gun in gold. I think that would look a bit shit, to be honest. But I think there are definitely some guns that require more sections to be gold, and I think the general things to leave black would probably be like the magazine, maybe the grip, you know, the barrel. You know, that's just like a general thing that would be nice. But some guns just have like a little square of gold, and it looks really dumb. Now, let's also talk about Diamond. I think Diamond this year, I haven't actually experienced it in-game. I've heard that it looks a lot better in-game than it does in the menus. The menus looks a lot like the Black Ops 2 version, and that's brilliant. It looks really good. I'm actually really looking forward to get Diamonds, see how it looks. Now, Dark Matter, the Big Daddy, I think it looks so good this year, the multiplayer one. It looks really nice, this Dark Matter, and I'm really happy with it, and I'm definitely going to be grinding for it, and I'm going to be happy with it once I get it. Now, do I think that the Zombies version, the Dark Ether, is better? Yes. Is that probably because of nostalgia, because it's the OG Black Ops 3 camo? Possibly, yeah. But at the same time, I don't really care. I mean, I'm going for both of them. Whichever one I use, I'll probably use the Dark Ether one, to be honest. I would say that is the best looking the best looking camo in the game at the moment. Now, Golden Viper, once again, I haven't really looked at it in depth. I've just kind of had a quick glance at it. I don't own it on any guns, but I think it also looks really nice. It kind of reminds me of Royalty from Advanced Warfare, and I think it looks really good, so I can't wait to get that. Plague Diamond, I think, is probably the worst one. It's just normal diamond, but completely purple, and I don't really know if I like that or not, so I'll probably say Plague Diamond is the worst. I'd say that Dark Ether is the best, but I would say all the multiplayer ones are around about the same level, because with them, they're all really good, but with Zombies, you've got amazing, and then you've got kind of meh, so yeah, that's basically where I stand on all the camos, and I think I'm going to end this video here, because this is actually getting quite a long of a video. Let me know what you think of the camo grind down in the description below and all the camos this year. I'm really looking forward to getting this grind done. Obviously, I want to enjoy the grind at the same time, but getting that final camo is what I care about. So, yeah, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.